Let me tell you something most people get completely wrong. When she goes silent and then suddenly texts you again, that moment is not about excitement. It's about position. And the mistake most men make? They rush in, they reply instantly. They over explain. They try to pick up right where things left off, as if nothing happened. But here's the truth: when you respond without awareness, you give away your power without even realizing it. You see, silence changes the dynamic, it creates distance. And when she breaks that silence, she is, consciously or not, testing the emotional ground between you. Now, listen carefully. Power is not about controlling the situation, it's about controlling yourself. A man who understands this does not react out of emotion, he responds with calm intention. So, what do you say? You keep it simple, you keep it grounded. You don't reward the silence and you don't punish it either. You say something like, "Hey, good to hear from you. Hope you've been well." That's it. No overthinking, no emotional overflow, no chasing energy. Because what you are really communicating is this: I'm open, but I'm not waiting. And that message carries more weight than a paragraph ever could. You must understand. People respect what feels steady, not desperate, not reactive, steady. When you remain centered, you shift the dynamic. Now she feels the space. Now she senses that you have a life beyond the conversation. And here's where the real power lies. When you stop trying to win someone's attention, you become someone worth giving attention to. So the next time she reappears after silence, don't let emotion take the lead. Let discipline guide you. Be calm, be brief, be grounded. Because in life, it's not the message that changes everything. It's the man behind the message. Understanding communication after a period of silence requires emotional awareness and self-discipline. When a woman reaches out again, it can trigger excitement, curiosity, or even relief. However, reacting impulsively in that moment often leads to imbalance. Many men respond too quickly or with too much emotional intensity, trying to reestablish connection immediately. While this may feel natural, it can unintentionally signal a lack of control or overdependence on the interaction. True strength lies in the ability to pause, think, and respond with intention rather than emotion. Silence itself changes the dynamic between two people. It creates space, and within that space, value is often reevaluated. When she breaks that silence, the interaction resets to some degree. How a man handles this reset determines whether he maintains his position or loses it. Responding with calmness and simplicity reflects confidence. It shows that he is not affected to the point of urgency and that his life continues independently of the conversation. An emotionally grounded response communicates more than words ever could. It conveys stability, patience, and self respect. Instead of trying to impress or regain attention through long messages or explanations, a composed and measured reply keeps the interaction balanced. This approach allows the conversation to develop naturally without pressure or expectation. Developing this level of control requires practice and awareness. It involves recognizing emotional triggers and choosing not to be driven by them. When a man learns to manage his responses in this way, he not only improves his communication, but also strengthens his overall character. In the end, it is not the situation that defines him, but how he chooses to respond to it. Recognizing the deeper meaning behind delayed communication helps develop emotional intelligence and stronger interpersonal awareness. When a woman reaches out after a period of silence, it is not always a simple action. It can reflect curiosity, reconsideration, or a shift in her perception. However, instead of overanalyzing her intentions, the focus should be on managing your own response. Many men fall into the trap of seeking validation in that moment, believing this is their opportunity to regain attention or approval. This mindset often leads to overinvestment, where they give more energy than the situation requires. A more effective approach is to remain balanced and self assured. Responding in a calm, polite, and composed manner shows that you acknowledge the interaction without becoming dependent on it. This communicates a powerful message. You value connection, but your sense of worth is not tied to it. Such behavior naturally builds respect because it reflects independence and emotional control. From a growth perspective, this moment becomes an opportunity to practice discipline. Instead of acting on impulse or emotion, you choose clarity and intention. This shift transforms a simple text exchange into a reflection of your character. You begin to operate from a place of self respect rather than emotional urgency. Over time, this mindset strengthens your identity. You become less reactive and more grounded in your interactions. As a result, your communication becomes more meaningful and impactful. People are naturally drawn to those who are steady, composed, and confident in themselves. By mastering this approach, you not only improve how you connect with others, but you also build a stronger and more resilient version of yourself. In the end, moments like these are less about the message you sent and more about the mindset you carry. When someone reaches out after silence, it presents a choice. Either react emotionally and lose your balance, or respond with clarity and maintain your self respect. The difference between the two defines not just the outcome of the interaction, but the strength of your character. Silence tests patience, and reconnection tests discipline. Those who lack awareness often rush in, driven by emotion and the desire for validation. But those who understand the deeper dynamic remain steady. They recognize that true confidence is not loud or reactive. It is calm, controlled, and consistent. By choosing composure over impulse, you naturally create a sense of respect and balance in the interaction. This approach is not about playing games or trying to control others. It is about mastering yourself. When you no longer feel the need to chase attention or prove your worth, your presence becomes more powerful. You communicate value not through words, but through behavior. Ultimately, every interaction becomes an opportunity to grow. By responding with intention and self awareness, you build stronger communication habits and a more grounded identity. And when you carry that level of confidence into your life, you don't just handle situations better, you become someone who naturally attracts respect, connection, and meaningful relationships.